This dude, Lil Dell, is wild. He basically copied TK and went on the run after pulling up on the Opps and shooting the rocket. It's a crazy story. Let's get straight to
Shooting
it.
a
He's
rocket
a rapper on the
is
rise,
crazy.
known for tracks like
Where
everybody
the fuck
else.
you get a
and No
launcher
Talking.
from, nigga?
He dropped a project called Bro Way or No Way back in December 2020 with another Pensacola rapper named Frozone who recently got killed. Lil Dell was from the Bro Gang and they mainly beefed with the Cash Gang. The local sheriff's office said that the beef between these two gangs is linked to like 22 other shootings, and they've been tearing up the city of Pensacola for the last few years. The beef first started back in 2017 after an incident at the Pensacola Interstate Fair, and ever since then, these two gangs been on each other's neck. State Attorney Bill Eddins said that these are loosely organized groups of young children that are either juveniles or very young teenagers. They're like an amoeba. They move and they shift and they change. They're not organized, but still very dangerous. So look, even though there was just a small local gang, that ain't mean they wasn't deadly. The Bro Gang was already on the radar of the police way before any murders had even gone down. But in May 2019, Lil Dell and the Bro Gang made headlines after a shooting in the parking lot at a local nightclub that left an innocent person dead. The shooting took place during Memorial Day weekend in 2019. I guess Lil Dell and his homies got intel that they Opps from Cash Gang was gonna be at a local spot called the Platinum Nightclub, and the Bro Gang pulled up looking for trouble. So check, they got to the club at like 2 a.m., rolling deep and ready for Opps. They supposedly had like 7 burners on them, and once they spotted their target, they started firing before smashing off. Police later found 44 shells on the scene that came from 9 millis, 40 cals, and 380 cal pistols.
7 different.
Believe it or not, even after busting 44 shots, they ain't even hit their target. Instead, a stray bullet hit 20-year-old Elizabeth Harris, who was brought to the hospital.
I mean, honestly, out of like 45 bullets, though, I'm surprised only one motherfucker got hit, and it was innocent bystander.
Fast, like minutes after the shooting.
At least catch a 3-ball. Fuck it.
So police launched a big investigation and found out pretty quickly that the shooting was all because of the deadly beef between the Cash Gang and the Bro Gang. So they went after all the members that they thought was responsible.
Rico, they got that Rico going on.
But police later arrested 3 suspects: 18-year-old Taquan Warren, 17-year-old Marquisha James, and 19-year-old Dante Walker. But they were still on the lookout for one more suspect, Mr. Cordelius Diaz, aka Lil Dell. And just like TK, he did the race and was on the run from the police. In the meantime, James and Warren was both charged with first-degree felony murder, attempted murder, and aggravated assault. Walker got charged with accessory after the fact for riding in the whip with the gang after the shooting took place. On top of Lil Dell, police thought there was still more suspects involved, so the investigation stayed open. Once they arrested the other suspects, someone started snitching. One suspect allegedly told police that Lil Dell ain't just fired no regular weapon. This dude brought a real-life rocket launcher with him. That's pretty crazy, but he was trying to take Cash Gang off the map for real. They said he got the rocket launcher from one of his boys and tried to fire it at the club, but it was a misfire. But other reports say it actually went off and either hit the victim's car or a car close to it. So police charged Lil Dell with firing a deadly missile, first-degree murder,
firing a deadly missile. Well, whole time it couldn't have been that effective. This nigga had a dud or something, cause not their car got blew the fuck up or nothing. So either the movies be overdoing it or his rocket was a dud. Which one?
This dude Lil Dell brought a whole rocket launcher to the club for his Opps. So you really think he was gonna go out easy and just turn himself in? He pulled a TK and did the race, leaving the state of Florida and ducked off somewhere in Georgia. But being a teenage rapper and not having too many ways to maintain, all while trying to stay low-key, made it pretty hard for Lil Dell to stay on the run. But he was a little smarter than TK and ain't dropped no viral songs, knowing police was trying to find him. But turns out, he ain't even had to snitch on himself because they tracked him down and arrested him in Cobb County, Georgia after about 2 months of doing the race. He was hiding out in a small town called Austell in Georgia when police found him. He got arrested by the Cobb County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals Southeast Regional Fugitive Task Force at the Wynwood Apartments. They originally had him in Cobb County Jail, but later sent him back to Pensacola for his trial in November. He was held on a $223,000 bond, which seems like he posted without a problem, because he was on Instagram Live in the studio working on new music just a few months ago. But Lil Dell should have took notes from TK and learned that just because you do the race, don't mean you're gonna win. And in most cases, you ain't even gonna make it to the finish line. These days, police got all this new high-tech surveillance equipment and ways to track you down that it's damn near impossible to escape them forever. Your best bet is going to a whole different country that ain't got as many surveillance cameras and cell phone towers that's gonna give away your location. But being an up-and-coming rapper with few connections outside of his own hood,
that or motherfucker, you ain't got, or if you just had like a family member or somebody fuck with you like heavy, like a sister or brother, some shit like sibling or some shit like that, then you just kick it at their spot. I think niggas be so dumb they want to come outside. They're so geeked to come outside. You know what I'm saying? They just stay in the house. If you want to run, but I'd rather be in the run in the house than go to that little county that they want me and do life down there. I'd rather just be in the house for the rest of my life, you know? But that's what niggas be on.
This probably wasn't possible for Lil Dell. Even though he's free right now, I'd say it probably won't be long before Lil Dell gets locked up for a long, long time. Pensacola police been cracking down on this case, more so because it got the attention of hip-hop
a 30
media,
ball cover.
so they're gonna try their best to use him as an example and possibly have him sitting down.
Oh shit, I said a 30
Especially
ball.
if what they saying about the rocket launcher is true. Because not only did he fire into a parking lot full of people, but then he pretty much admitted he was guilty by trying to flee. Plus, the fact that he was just an up-and-coming rapper who wasn't really known outside of his city until this whole situation happened, he probably ain't got the money or connections to hire a good lawyer. So honestly, it ain't really looking too good for Lil Dell. But man, look,
that's the risk you
take when you decide to do the race. If he just turned himself in, he might have had a better chance of copping a plea deal that would have kept him from spending his life behind bars. But now, it's gonna be way harder for his lawyers to prove he's innocent.
You can't prove he was innocent anyway. If he ran or not, bro, his ass guilty as hell. Everybody done told him. It's like, yeah, he could have just went on here and left the state then. You feel me? It's one of them. Plus he ain't even, but that nigga just had $150 on a music video. That's embarrassing. Like, let's start there. But y'all leave y'all comments down below what y'all thought about the video. If y'all enjoyed it, you feel me? You already know what to do. Till next time.